And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. On play action, it's Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now Allen. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this Charles definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Play action. Now Wentz. Out to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On play action, Wentz. He'll buy some time right. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Singletary trying the left side. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. On play action, Allen rolling to his right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. To throw is Wentz. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 39.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 35 on second down, Wentz. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hatch it, hatch it. Back, back, back. Let's go, let's do this.
Now Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They run with Hines.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Blankenship's kick is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking deep downfield.
And that nearly intercepted. For the free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Wild Bill. And 58 is a Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
A great read, and it's picked off. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Left side, Doyle with it. Give him 16 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run?
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Wentz going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Escaping the pressure right. And completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen.
That's complete to Davis.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike.
On 2nd down and 4. Allen looking left side, and he's got him in. That's McKenzie. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Singletary. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, he gets free left side.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
His 9th score on the ground this year and 13th overall.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Back to Taylor on first down.
Able to push his way through. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Flushed out right.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Left tackle Eric Fisher, the former Kansas City Chief, the guilty party.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now Wentz.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Wentz again. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. This is caught by Hilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Sliding out of the pocket. Allen hit. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2 scored. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air. even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. To the air, Allen. And Davis with it left side. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Singletary, and a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Singletary again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Allen to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Pass on for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here's Rodgers to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that